So tell us about the traits of the mouse, which is seen in leadership at this level.
Well, I think as we look at what I call the elephant mouse leader, I'm actually a proponent of the concept that the best leaders have all the different skill sets and that they flex their leadership style based on what the circumstances are. So if you say you have sort of an elephant style, that means you're going to go where you want to go, you're going to state what you want to say, you're not going to be concerned about what others think about you, you're just going to be there. Whereas the mouse has got to worry about, as we talked about, how other people are perceiving you, etc. What are other people thinking about things? And so that develops a different leadership style. That develops a style that's perhaps more inclusive, having a little more use of emotional intelligence, doing a little bit more listening with people, wanting to make sure that all voices get heard. So you see, but the best leaders will have the whole set of those skill sets. I often say, look at if you're in a meeting and you're discussing different options, you're having these conversations, and someone says, I think we should do A, but let's talk about B, and I want to hear what everyone has to say about C. That's a good relational way to get a conversation going and getting all the different ideas, inviting people into the meeting. But, Christine, if the building is burning, you do not want the leader to say, maybe we should go through door A. Well, I don't know. Do you think we should go through door B? Or perhaps we should think about door C. You don't want that. You want the leader to say, go through door A now. So you see, it's the best leaders are going to have the elephant skill sets and the mouse skill sets.
So what about those mid-level mice, I guess? The ones that are in between. They have the elephants are the dominant group. They've got they're right in the middle between the elephant and then the mouse. They're also an elephant to the mouse beneath them. How do they navigate that tricky situation of trying to lead effectively, and what are the best things they can be doing to become an inclusive leader?
Well, look, at being in middle management, as we know, is often very difficult. And in the diversity world, that's often known as the marzipan level, because it's just kind of not moving the way you'd like to because of those kind of various pressures that you're talking about. But again, I think organizations have a greater responsibility than we sort of put on them. By that I mean, organizations need to be very aware of what are the dynamics going on. They need to be very aware that their organization, for example, is not really a meritocracy for everyone. It's actually not a meritocracy for all. I often joke, Christine, that no one gets to the top of an organization and says, I got to the top of this organization because I was subtly advantaged. Nobody says that. They say, I got to this top of the organization because it was a meritocracy. But in fact, it's not a meritocracy for everyone. And an organization has a responsibility to understand who is perceiving and getting the benefits of what they see as a meritocracy and who aren't. And often you'll find that with middle management. If you actually really tested that out of meritocracy, you'd begin to understand what some of the middle management is having to deal with around these issues, about what's happening to them personally and what's happening to the people who work for them. And I also have just simple tools, and this I think is worthwhile for any organization to use, because one of the things that I really believe, and a lot of organizations, Christina, have gone through a lot of unconscious bias training, which is valuable in many ways because it creates awareness. What it really doesn't do, I think, is move people to the behaviors that need to change with these unconscious biases. And it's not just unconscious bias, Christine, it's unconscious beliefs and assumptions and archetypes and roles and preferences and perspectives. So we have all of this stuff.